everyone, it's Joe. Today I'd like to share with you my top 6 personal and most memorable moments with Optimus in 2018. So we'll start off with number 6, which is our interview with Jeff Klein. Our first trip to Maine this year was for the Great Falls Comic Expo, and this was honestly one of my favorite conventions from 2018. Not only because of the show organizers and the people who attended, but because of the cause we were supporting. Now, across from us on the show floor was a gentleman named Jeff Klein from Darby Pop Publishing. Jeff just happens to be the executive producer for Transformers Rescue Bots, Transformers Robots in Disguise, and my personal all-time favorite animated series ever, Transformers Prime. Jeff was actually kind enough at the end of the day to do an informal interview with me. He spent a good 15 minutes sharing his experience and his journey with Transformers Prime, and he highlighted what really went on behind the scenes. And this video is actually up on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel if you would like to see it. But as a true fan of the Prime series, both my family and I were elated to meet Jeff in person, and we really appreciate his time with us at the show. In fact, now every time we watch Transformers Prime, we see his name pop up on the screen, and we always smile each and every time. Now, rumor has it Jeff will actually be returning to the Great Falls Comic Expo in 2019. And guess what? Optimus will also be there as well. So needless to say, I am already counting down the days until we see him again. Oh, and by the way, between our time at this convention and our time at the Northern Maine Fair, I just have to say, the people of Maine, you guys are absolutely awesome. Number 5 in our countdown was the spotlight we had on ridiculous rides. It turns out one of the biggest viral videos that we had from 2018 was a result of our partnership and interview with Barcroft Media and their popular series known as Ridiculous Rides. And as a result of all of that, we've gained quite a bit of popularity across social media. In fact, it's now quite common when people see us to say, hey, that's the truck from Facebook, or hey, wasn't this truck on a TV show recently? And whether or not you're a fan, it really does make me proud that our story has made worldwide headlines. What was the most interesting for me were the comments, because when I started reading the comments on these videos that were produced by Ridiculous Rides, most people had genuinely positive and pleasant things to say, but plenty of others didn't. Like anything about our build or our story just didn't appeal to them, and they were having no problem voicing their opinions. And I guess, that's social media. We're free to voice our opinions. But quite honestly, I was surprised at the amount of, for lack of a better word, hatred that took over in certain threads, either towards our truck or towards us. But these videos also taught me something about social media, and they really gave me another teachable moment as a father. So I now use those experiences and the comments that I had seen to help my son understand that other people's opinions should not matter, because Optimus was my impossible dream, and it became a project that was done solely to inspire my son. And I've learned that his opinion is really all that matters to me. So that is why my interview with Ridiculous Rides made number 5 on the list. Not because of the popularity or view count, but because of what it has taught me as a dad and about the journey I am taking with my family. Number 4 on our countdown was the day we reunited with Ironhide. Team Prime has grown in more ways than I ever imagined, not only with the vehicles, but through the people who support our mission. When it comes to Transformers replicas, you've seen Optimus roll with various versions of Bumblebee and Barricade, but we've been on the lookout for others, and 2018 certainly delivered. I was scheduled to make an appearance in Texas towards the end of the year, and shortly after the announcement was posted, I got a random message from a gentleman named Matt offering to bring his Ironhide truck. This particular Ironhide had seen its share of owners before Matt acquired it, but the truck remains in excellent condition. This particular truck is a replica that was built during a collaborative partnership with Hasbro and Munro Trucks, shortly after the first Transformers movie was released. Matt and I met up one day before the event that I was in town for, and we spent hours at a military base taking photos and videos of Ironhide officially reuniting with Optimus. To the surprise of the guests and even the show organizer, Ironhide even joined up with Team Prime for the Texas Towers for Tots. In short, Ironhide is back. I was like a little kid smiling from ear to ear, and even talking about it now, I cannot wait to see him again. It's been a great journey in the short time that we've had with Team Prime and growing these vehicles, but to bring Ironhide into the mix, I feel like he's been lost forever and that he's finally home. So truly, it was great to see you, Ironhide, and I'm looking forward to teaming up with you again in 2019. Number 3 on our countdown was the day we met the great Peter Cullen. Yes, you heard that right. If you missed it, we met the man behind the iconic voice of Optimus Prime, and it was a last-minute arrangement that just happened to work. How this all came about was a random message from NASA, of all places. They have a program called OpSpark. This program has been running for quite some time, and every year at the awards ceremony, Peter Cullen stops to visit the kids. We shared our replica, we shared our story. Peter actually stopped by to get photos with all of the kids alongside our replica. We exchanged some pleasantries with each other. I introduced him to my family, and we managed to even get a few pictures with each other before parting ways. There's a lot of people who would say, well, man, meeting Peter Cullen should be number 1 on your list. Why is it number 3 on this trip down memory lane? But believe it or not, I don't usually get excited to meet the big stars. It's the fans and the families, and in this case, the kids, that I enjoyed meeting the most. However, I am excited that my son got to meet him, because he really does look up to Optimus, and he looks up to Peter Cullen just as much as I do. And regardless, you can't deny the fact that meeting Peter in person is certainly a memorable moment for all of us in 2018. We've got 2 more memorable moments to go in our top 6 countdown. But first, I want to take a moment to bring my family into the conversation, because without their support, Optimus and myself would be nowhere close to where we are today. And even though you don't see them very often, they have been with me from the beginning through good times and bad. So I want to know what they have to say about our journey with Optimus in 2018. So first, I'd like to introduce my wife, Anya, to everybody. Hello, Anya.
Hey, everyone.
Now, looking back through the memories of 2018, Anya, if you had to pick your most memorable moments in this journey, let's just start with one. It could be something I've already mentioned or something that hasn't even been talked about yet. What would be top in the list for you?
So I'm actually going to combine 2 because they're both in the same state. I have fallen in love with Maine. I think that the community in Maine has been very welcoming of us. And as a mom, I always look at all the conventions from a family perspective. And the Norton Maine Fair was absolutely one of my biggest favorite moments. And while we're talking about Maine, of course, the convention with Jeff Klein was amazing. And what I loved about that one, it brought the community together. And then to be able to meet Greg, the family you were raising money for. And I think, again, from a family's perspective, to be able to show to Ryan that what we do makes an impact in the community. This was a perfect example where everyone came together to support a family in need. And we were a small part of that, but it speaks very loudly.
Everyone in Maine just rocked. It was a great time. How about one more, Anya? You got one more memorable moment from 2018 that you want to share with everybody?
Oh, this is totally a selfish one, and it's Ocean City, New Jersey. Many people would say, because we got to meet Titus, it would be on the list. He was pretty cool, but my soul loves the ocean. So any chance I get to go, and especially while you were working, Ryan and I got to explore Ocean City. It was amazing, and it was a great experience, and Titus was also really cool and spent time with us. So Ocean City, New Jersey, you guys rock.
Hopefully we'll be back for another reason real soon and get you back on the beach.
It's all good, Joe, because I know 2019 is going to be an epic year filled with great memories and also an opportunity for us to make an impact in the community.
Next up is my son, Ryan. You've heard me mention his name on more than one occasion. You are the inspiration behind this entire journey. So Ryan, welcome to our interview of the 2018 highlights in our adventures with Optimus.
Hey everybody!
So Ryan, we did a lot together this year. You interviewed with Ridiculous Rides, you got to meet Titus Welliver, you got to meet Peter Cullen, you got some VIP treatment at a lot of the events we did together. I mean, it was a heck of a year. So tell me, what sticks out for you the most? What are your favorite moments of 2018?
NASA.
I tend to agree, but what was it about NASA that made it a memorable moment for you?
Meeting Peter Cullen, seeing the satellite being built.
Yeah, we got to see the James Webb Telescope. That was pretty cool. And you mentioned Peter Cullen. What is it about Peter that sticks out for you?
Hello, he's the voice of the truck we have in our garage.
How does it feel just to be the only kid in the world who has a replica of the Age of Extinction and the Last Night Optimus sitting 100 feet away in your garage right now? Like, you're the only one that gets picked up from school in Optimus Prime and gets to join me on these long distance adventures. So how does that feel?
Really good. It makes me feel really lucky and proud because I'm the only one in the world to have this.
And it makes me feel very lucky and proud to be able to do this with you. Is there anything that you'd like to do again? Anything we did last year that you'd like to repeat if we had the opportunity?
I would like to go to NASA again.
And I would too. So we'll see how that works and we'll see where it takes us, but that would definitely be on my radar as well. Thank you, dude. Love you very much.
Goodbye, guys.
Okay, back to the countdown because we still have 2 more memorable moments from 2018 that I'd love to share with you. And this next one also happened to be our last trip of the year, which turned out to be a trip that would end our roller coaster of a year on a very high note. Number 2 is our visit to the Santa Rosa Children's Hospital in Texas. Optimus made a stop in Texas for the first time ever in November 2018. We were invited by Roadrunner Towing to join in their Towers for Tots fundraiser. And I can't even begin to tell you how humbling it was to see such a long line of people waiting for their chance to meet us and to get up close with our replica of Optimus Prime. But we wanted our first appearance in Texas to be as impactful as possible. So prior to that event, we worked out a deal with Roadrunner Towing to make a stop at a local children's hospital in San Antonio. We spent about an hour outside the facility, greeting dozens of children who were brave enough to come outside and meet us. We took pictures with the kids alongside Optimus and Bumblebee. We even had a Bumblebee cosplayer join in on the fun. And for those kids who couldn't make it outside, I made it a point to give them a few things from Optimus that they can hold on to. This stop at the Children's Hospital created a buzz across social media as well as with several local news stations in San Antonio. But for me personally, it was very gratifying to know that I helped brighten someone's day. The children were smiling from ear to ear, and the parents and hospital staff could not thank us enough. Even the owner of Roadrunner Towing, who coordinated the stop, was brought to tears with what we did. But in the few years that we've had Optimus on the road, it was only the second time we've been able to stop at a children's hospital. And my hope is that the buzz we've generated with this will continue, and that with your help, we can share Optimus at children's hospitals all across the country. Because these kids and their families deserve a bit of inspiration and perhaps a reason to keep their hopes alive. And who better to do that than Optimus Prime, right? Number 1 on our countdown was Team Prime uniting. So we've made it to number 1 on our countdown of the top 6 most memorable moments of 2018. And this one isn't based on any one particular experience or event. Instead, it represents the collaborative efforts of everyone who has joined us on this adventure. 2018 started off with plenty of uncertainty. Due to my own health, along with some insurance issues and a couple other things, Optimus sat idle for several months, and for a while, I was beginning to doubt whether or not we would actually be able to make it to some of the events we were scheduled for. But we eventually figured out a way to keep Optimus rolling, and part of that was because of your help. One of the biggest reasons we did not throw in the towel in 2018 is because of you, all of our fans and our friends and our family members and our partners, all of you who have jumped on board for a ride with Team Prime. Statistically speaking, 2018 was a banner year. Our social media accounts have ballooned to over 40,000 fans and followers across Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube collectively. And my favorite component is what we've done for charity. Virtually every single appearance we have made with Optimus was in support of a nonprofit, raising over $12,000 for various charities across North America and Canada in 2018. In times when I was in a pinch or I needed some help, you were all ready and willing to jump in and offer it, even from thousands of miles away, whether it was through a simple referral or an online suggestion or something else. Many of you would drive from over 4 hours away just to meet us in person at a local show. Some of you passed us on the highway and you made it a point to jump on the CB radio or send us a message later that day, offering your support and your gratitude for what you've seen us do with Optimus. Plenty of you have told me straight up how much you dislike the Age of Extinction version of Optimus Prime, but that you respect what we're doing and that you wish us continued success. And honestly, I really appreciate that. Bottom line, the most memorable moment for me personally in 2018 was the support that virtually all of you have shown for us. You have always welcomed us into your hometown. You've helped support the local charities we are representing. You've gone out of your way to keep me motivated, and many of you have, quite frankly, become very close friends of ours. So when I think of the term Team Prime, I'm not just referring to the replica vehicles and the cosplayers that join Optimus at these events. I think of the thousands of strangers from all over the world that have united for the greater good. And I think of all the possibilities that still lie ahead to make a true difference in people's lives. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you've done to support us in the past and everything I know you're doing to support us in the future. And that does it, my friends. A recap of the top 6 most memorable moments with Optimus Prime in 2018. In line with years past, the road ahead for us and our family remains uncertain. I'm doing the best I can to keep Optimus rolling, and all of us will continue sharing him as long as the respect for Optimus continues. 2018 was a record year for us, one that you can honestly say made history in more ways than one. And I truly believe we are just getting started, because our adventure with Optimus in 2019 already, I know, will certainly blow you away. So one last time, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, all of you, for your loyalty, your contributions, and your friendship. Until the next time we meet again, my name is Joe Fiducia, reminding all of you to leave behind a legacy worthy of a Prime.